What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Phil and Leroy the Judgmental Podcast,
What's up, everybody? This your boy Phil.
and I'm Leroy. Well, Phil, it's that time of year.
Best time, the best time of the year.
Yeah, where we do the Eagles podcast. It's Eagles versus a team. We do the pregame, halftime, and postgame. During the postgame, we try to get someone on a team we're playing to come on with us. So today is the Eagles going to the Detroit Lions. Ford Field is the arena, right? Yeah, Ford Field
hmm
is the arena. The Eagles are favored by 5.5 points, and the over under is 48. So, what do you think of those?
Uh, 48. That's about right. Yeah, that's about right.
Oh, so you would do it under 48.
Well, I had to score a little under that. You know what I mean? I had 30, 40. I had 47, 30, 17.
Okay, and a point spread 5.5. So yeah, you like the point spread then. No significant injuries on both sides of the team, both sides of the both teams. No injuries. So, well, I mean, there's injuries, but nothing significant. So everyone is pretty much healthy. The Eagles had a record last year of 9-8. So what do you see them doing this year?
Improving. I mean, we got a quarterback that's in his second year with the offense. They said this is the first time in his career that he's had the same offensive coordinators slash coaching staff in back to back years. So that's got to improve. And then we added a lot to the defense. So I'm looking at us to get at least 12 wins.
Okay, all right. So and you see them as winning the division, or
Yes.
okay. Uh, so they won't have the best record in the conference, anything like that. So you see them. How far do you see them going?
I see him going to the NFC Championship.
Okay.
I don't expect them to win, but as long as they get there, that's a big improvement to me. And then next year we got to win it.
Win the Super Bowl?
No, the NFC Championship.
Oh,
Baby,
okay.
baby steps.
Well, the experts don't think that Jalen Hurts is going to be the quarterback next year.
I know.
I don't get it because his first season, even
hmm
though he was injured for a couple of games, it was a 2 games, right, that he didn't
hmm
play. But they still went to the playoffs with a 9-8 record. So how the hell you? So he took your team to the playoffs, but yet you don't want him on the team.
Well, the experts also said that we wasn't going to make the playoffs last year,
Hmm.
so it is what it is.
Yeah. So I can't really talk about the Eagles because I haven't looked at a preseason game. The only preseason game I looked at was the I looked at the highlights of the Miami blowing them out, and you can't really count that because we as we talked about before about the stomach virus. It was a stomach virus going on there,
Well,
and go
I
ahead.
think Jalen Hurts only played one preseason game, and it was like maybe two drives. So
Right.
after that, I didn't even watch no more after that because we just had backups again, and other teams was playing their starters.
Oh, I looked at the YouTube video, or that YouTube or Twitter videos of that Eagle scrimmage they had at Lincoln Financial.
I didn't see that.
Okay, well I looked at that 10 minutes. I think it was like a good 10 minutes of
hmm
of that. And well, I can say that they were playing full. They was full speed, and the defense looked really good. That's the only thing I can say
hmm
about the Eagles. The defense looked good during that Eagles versus Eagles scrimmage game. So it's really much I don't really have much to talk about.
Right. I think we should start playing. They keep trying to say if he can stay healthy about Miles Sanders. I don't think there's nothing wrong with Miles Sanders. I just don't think that the coaches like Miles Sanders for whatever reason. So they'd rather go three-head monster or fucking kick the rocks of some washed up free agents and all this type shit. Like stick with what you got. The dude is averaging 500 yards a carry for like his career. Give him carries. If he's not hurt, let him be the focal point. You can mix the other running backs in to give him a breather, but let him be the focal point.
Hmm. Well, I say the Eagles should get a big wide receiver. I mean, a big running back. I don't like these little running backs
Well,
because they
I
get
agree.
hurt.
You're right. I agree. We should always have at least one. That way, you need some inches. You need a goal line run on like fucking third and short or fourth down. You got to go for it. You can give him the rock and let him fucking use his muscle. We get all these flashy little guys that as soon as they get touched, they go down.
Right. And they constantly keep getting the same type of running back. They keep drafting, assigning the same type of running back.
Damn,
I don't get it.
Brian Westbrook type.
Right. And ever since then, they always had the same type of running back ever since Westbrook.
Yep.
Because we had Deuce a big running back.
Deuce had power, yes.
But then we always after when Westbrook came along, we keep drafting the same type of quarterback running back. Now what happened to Jordan Howard?
I don't know. I like Jordan Howard.
Yeah, I don't think
Not
he's
as
on
a
the
feature
team this year.
back, but as a 2 or 3, I like Jordan Howard. He has strength. He can
Right.
drag a motherfucker.
Right. I don't think he's on the team.
Yeah, no, he's not on the team anymore.
All right.
Because I didn't see him on the depth chart.
Right. There's a big running back right there that's sitting at home watching TV. And what about Hunt? Do you think the Eagles are going to get him?
No.
Because that's your man right there.
I like Kareem Hunt. Not like his character, no, but like his running. You know what I mean?
Right.
But whatever happened to that dude that left Pittsburgh? He not even in the league no more. And he still should have like fresh legs because he sat out a whole year and then he came back with the Jets. Is he even in the league?
Le'Veon
Yeah.
Bell.
Yeah.
Let me see.
See, when you go to the Jets, you go there to die as a running back. Only one running back came out of the Jets organization like successful that I can think of.
Now, his last team he was on in 2001, he was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And probably never stepped on the field, did he? Because I don't remember him in uniform.
He rushed 8 times for 18 yards.
Mm. I think he would even be because he got some strength. He'd be a nice pickup.
And he would be let me see his birthday. He's 30 years old.
Okay, that's okay.
Right. Yeah, that he's fine. A cheap running back.
Yep.
If he's in shape, anything, I don't think he hurting or anything like that.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. By taking that whole year off, he didn't really get his damage and wear and tear like a lot of these guys get. That really can help your career as a running back. Because remember when what's the name did that? He came right back and rushed for 1,000 like 2 more years after that, taking that year off.
Ricky Williams, you
Yep.
talking about? Yeah. Well, Ricky Williams should be a Hall of Famer, but what the hell? How you get 10,000 yards but not a Hall of Famer?
Mm.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all. Do you have anything else to add?
Not really. I just look forward to Jalen Hurts throwing that ball down the field. We got a nice weapons around him, so let's kick some ass.
All right. We'll be back at halftime, y'all.
All right.
All right.
Eagles!
All right, y'all. We back. It's halftime. The Eagles are leading 24-14. Some quick stats here. We got Jalen Hurts 12 for 23, 189 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushing, we got Jalen Hurts 10 rushes for 67 yards. Miles Sanders 7 for 38. On the receiving tip, we got A.J. Brown 6 receptions for 128 yards. Goddard 2 receptions for 38 yards. Gainwell 2 receptions for 12 yards. On the Detroit Lions side, we got Jared Goff 7 for 15, 53 yards, 1 interception. Rushing, we got Devontae Swift 8 rushes for 97 yards. I said DeAndre Swift, I'm sorry. We had Williams 7 rushes for 21 yards. On the receiving, we had Reynolds 1 for 28 and Amon-Ra St. Brown, I'm sorry, 2 receptions for 11 yards. And the Detroit fans is giving Jared Goff hell.
As they should.
I was worried because they came out looking good, but damn, that offense sucked. It was a defensive battle at first, but that offense ain't doing nothing for them other than DeAndre.
That first quarter, our offensive line wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
And our coach was feeding right into the bullshit, not running the ball and just trying to get our quarterback fucking murdered.
Yes. and both of them is getting way too pass happy. That's Detroit side and the Eagles side.
Mm-hmm.
Got too
We'll be
pass happy.
we'll be moving the ball real good with the run, and then he'll just stop and start passing.
Yep. And that's the thing, just what you just said, because Miles Sanders had, I don't know what it was in the second half of the second quarter. Um Miles Sanders had those two long runs. It was like one was 8 and one was like for 9.
Mm-hmm.
And it was second down. They want to pass the ball. Common sense will tell you
Yep.
to run the
It was
ball.
like second and one, and he passing the ball.
Yeah, that's stupid. And shout out to Marcus Epps with that hit on Amon-Ra St. Brown too. Like damn, he
Yeah,
cleaned
that
it
was a good
up.
one. Yep.
Yep.
And where's Boston Scott at? Because he's usually a killer in the red zone. We get real close like that. He's real hard to tackle because he's so low to the ground. Why wouldn't you try to run him in?
Yep. And then we got AJ Brown. That was a good catch when Hurts threw it too low, because that could have been a touchdown right there, or been a long
No,
game.
it would have been a long game, but the safety was over top. So it's good that he caught it. The pass should have been up a little bit, but he had to keep it not, you know what I mean, low, kind of, but not that low. So
Right.
that's like some professional receiving shit to make that catch.
Mm-hmm.
And then that long ball that he threw, man, that thing was right on the money. And the defender got dragged about an extra 5 yards.
Yep. And poor Devontae. Shit.
I know
And
he
I
can't get shit. Last year he was the number one target. Everything was going to him. This year he can't even get. Well, he did drop one, so he need to catch his opportunities.
well, he did catch one, but remember they took it back for a holding penalty, so it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, but he also dropped one too.
Yeah, but please don't get to AJ Brown. Have I know that's your boy and everything, but just don't throw him and Goddard. Please don't let them be your two targets. Spread that ball around. And for the
Now, see,
offense,
I don't agree with that. I agree. If you got a disadvantage, if you see AJ Brown 1-on-1, he's been cooking the dude all game, then you go to him. I didn't even know Goddard was playing until late in the second quarter when he finally got his catch.
hmm
You do need to look the other side of the field. You still got Watkins and you got what's the name out there?
right,
Devontae. So you need to get them the ball too. So that way the defense will have something else to worry about instead of just focusing on one or two guy.
exactly. And the offensive coaching, please stop with this. Why are they rushing the ball and keep doing this no huddle offense? Why are you rushing the ball like that? Take your time. Take your time, make a play, and that's it. You don't have to keep no huddling every damn time you get the ball.
I think that was a dumbass call with these quarter. Don't call so many runs for your quarterback. If he decides to put the ball down and run, then okay, that's fine. But if you
Agreed.
got running backs and your running backs are doing good and you want to run the ball, then run the ball with a running back.
hmm And another stupid play was that run play with Hurts and that third down and goal. Even though they scored when
Yeah,
they
that's what
had
I'm
ran it
talking
for.
about. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah,
Yep.
stupid. What happened to just running the ball up the middle?
Exactly. You know the line is stacked near the goal line. So even with the sweep to the outside with Sanders, I didn't want that. Run that ball up the middle because most of the time when you run it up the middle at the goal line, even if you get tackled, you now you're at the one or inches
Right.
from the end zone, and then you just do it again.
Yep.
Old school football, that shit work.
Exactly. Yeah, this league, man, is just not the same anymore. And another, I hate these run pass options too. Is you do it too much.
Well, see, I like them, but I don't like when your whole offense depend on it, and that's what we
Exactly.
starting to look like a dependent run option.
Right. Right. Yeah, I don't like that shit.
What you do is you run the ball with your running backs to the point where they can't stop the run. Then you increment that in there in the mix, and then they don't know what the hell's going on.
Right, because then that will become your play action pass.
Right.
Because they like, oh shit, he running again. Then you take that football back, and then you can throw a
Yep.
long pass or whatever.
Yep.
Exactly. Like you make me already know that you wanna either run the ball with the running back or Hertz is gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
And then he only throwing it to two people. Come on, spread that thing around. Even though you said Devontae dropped the pass.
I think he
And,
got three passes to him. He dropped one, he caught one, and they called back one, something like that.
right. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Oh, they don't even have him on here because he didn't catch a ball.
Here,
Um,
I'll pull it up real quick. Yeah, they don't even have him with a catch. It just says two targets.
yeah, yeah. So,
So he got the three looks his way. He dropped one got called back, and then I guess that's it.
right. So all right, now get him in the mix now.
And he showed his frustration on the sideline when he don't get no passes. So
Well, all right, we'll be back at the end of the game. We already have someone from Detroit. Well, he's from Detroit, but he doesn't live there. That will be joining this area if everything works out, South on. So we'll be back.
all right,
Uh,
cool.
all right. So what you think in the second half? You think it's the same, or do you think Detroit is going to come back?
I think we need to run the ball more, wear the defense down. You know what I mean? Even get like I said, get Miles Sanders somewhere. He only got like 6 carries or something like that, 7 carries. He's averaging like 7 yards a carry, and you're not even giving him enough carries. That
Seven,
he
seven
got
for
seven
38.
carries.
Yeah, but it's still 5 yards to carry.
Right. Run the ball with him more, and then bring Boston Scott or what's the other dude, Gainwell. Let one of them start getting some of them touches on a short yardage. You don't always have to keep trying to pass the ball.
Right.
Milk that clock, wear their defense down, and then if you want to open it up, that's going to open it up for you.
Yep. Yep. So we'll be back at the end of the game.
All right.
All right.
Forward down the field, a Lions team that will not yield. And when the blue and
All right, that's the end of the game. We have the Eagles winning 38-35. Let me go. Let me give you some quick stats. We got Jalen Hurts 18 for 32, 243 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushing, we got Miles Sanders 13 carries, 96 yards. Good job. Jalen Hurts 17 carries for 90 yards, and Gainwell 5 carries for 20 yards. On the receiving, we have AJ Brown 10 receptions for 155 yards. Dallas Goddard three receptions for 60 yards. On the Lions front, we got Jared Goff 21 for 37, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Seemed like he would have more yards than that.
He was
Uh,
nickel and diamond.
on a Russian, we have DeAndre Swift 15 carries for 144 yards, and Williams 1 touchdown. I'm sorry, and Williams 11 carries, 20 yards for 2 touchdowns. On receiving, Amon-Ra St. Brown 8 receptions, 64 yards, 1 touchdown, and Clark 4 receptions, 52 yards, 1 touchdown. We have with us Mike Hill from. Are you from Detroit, Mike?
I'm from Detroit, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, you living in Charlotte
Yeah, I
now.
can hear you. Yeah,
So
yeah, I live in Charlotte.
tell us, how do you think? First of all, what up, though?
What up, though? What up, though, Phil?
Second, how do you think your team did?
Well, me personally, I knew that the Lions were going to lose when Philly tied the game up.
Hmm.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm on my iPhone. Yeah. Um, in the second quarter, I knew the Lions were going to lose. Um, when Philly tied the score up,
Hmm.
and I'm basing that on things that I've seen and things they haven't changed in the defense from last year. In my opinion, our linebackers and our cornerbacks, our DBs, I would say we maybe have one or two that we can probably count on,
Hmm.
but they haven't done any improvement in the defensive play calling from the simple fact of RPO quarterbacks in which you guys have in Philly. You have an RPO quarterback and a mobile quarterback that is going to do some damage in y'all division and in the league this year. And as we all saw in the game, if that was just a typical quarterback, where it was like, let's say for example, if it was like I would say even if it was like a Aaron Rodgers or a Dak Prescott type of quarterback, we probably would have won that game from our pass rush, somewhat of a pass rush in the blitz that we were calling, because they're mobile, but they're not as mobile as Hurts.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? And that's on the defensive side. And on the offensive side, as you guys pretty much saw on Twitter, a lot of Lions fans with they get away from what works. You follow what I'm saying?
Sound like us.
Exactly.
So we know the Lions running game was it was popping. And the reason why I felt that it worked on the first drive is because the stadium was sold out. The crowd was hyped. They felt the energy. They was pumped. And all of those factors factored in on that first drive when the Lions scored on the first drive. But when you guys scored that touchdown, I looked at my wife. She said, "Why you down?" I said, I'm looking at. I said, "The Lions gonna lose." And she said, "How you know?" She said, "Okay, you used to losing. You know what it's like." I said, "Yeah, I saw some things that, like I said, they didn't improve on. That like irritated me because they got away from running the ball. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
And I felt that was y'all Achilles heel because I kept tweeting and letting people know if off the play action, this is my opinion, and it might be a fact. If it was Stafford, it wouldn't be no fear or concern of the offense moving the ball up and down the field. But since we have Goff, and Jared Goff only works off the play action and screens. And I kept tweeting. I said, "Oh, duh! Now y'all want to screen the ball." So, and then that was a stupid call to do an onside kick in the third quarter.
Yeah.
So it went back to what? The same old Lions. So the fight was there, the grit was there, but that's not, to me, that's not good enough. We need W's, not L's.
Hmm. So, all right, Phil, how do you think the Eagles went?
I think the offense was good. I can't get mad at them. They didn't turn the ball over. We got what 30 what was it 38 38
Yeah.
points. I
Yes.
think I think one of those was the defense, right?
Yes.
So but still, if you get more than 28 points and don't turn the ball over, your offense do what they had to do. It's our defense, man. They let them guys run up and down the field, and when we had a 17-point lead, they just got lazy and just started letting them fucking score on us.
Yep.
So our offensive line is supposed to be like the second best offensive line in the league, but I couldn't tell with all that pressure that Hurts had damn near the whole game.
Yep.
It was always free guys just all over him and shit.
On a positive note, they were good on the rushing. The offensive line, I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah. They blocked good for the run, but for the pass they couldn't keep it up. He had to always fucking have his head on the swivel and shit. And our
Hmm.
defense, we tightened up our secondary, tightened up our linebackers, but you couldn't tell because that was our weakness this game.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. And I would like them the next game to focus more on a running early then because they got run happy during the second half. And like you were saying before, Sanders, he was averaging 5 yards a carry in the first half. He ended the game with
About 7 yards of carry.
seven yards a carry. Yeah, so he's running the football well. Why you're not using him like that?
Well, I've been saying that since we got him because his career average is like 5.5 yards a carry. So I don't want to hear this injured stuff. The guy just said that he led the league in total yards from scrimmage last year without a touchdown. So if you lead the league in total scrimmage and stuff like that, that means you're not hurt. You're playing most of the time. And then even right here, when he started running the good again, what happened? The coach took him out.
Yep,
Why? I can understand give him a breather, 1 or 2 plays, but put him back in the game.
exactly. Uh, 13 carries. I would like to see him get 16 minimum. So three more carries.
Yeah, between 16 and 20 would be a perfect number. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, they need to focus on the run. I hate this run pass option shit every play. Every play you running pass option. No. Hand the ball off. Just
Hmm.
I guess it's a new way of football. I don't know. I can't
Like
really
I said,
follow.
it's cool to mix that in, but you don't want to make that your focal point, especially when you didn't even establish the run yet.
Exactly. Exactly. And another thing, like we talked about before, I want Jalen Hurts to spread that ball around a little bit more. Devontae, no catches. What they just threw it to him one extra time in the second half,
Hmm.
and that was a penalty, right? It was low and behind him, but it was a penalty on a play. If I think it was I want to say it was holding against the defense, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm. But
Okay.
then too, that's your coach too. Your coach gotta like be like, hey, we gotta get Devontae involved in this offense. You know what I mean? Call
Right.
quick slants or something like that. Even with that 1 yard pass that was for negative yards late in the game, we should have done that to Devontae and not AJ Brown.
Right. Now, do you think they're doing we just gonna pick one man to focus on?
That was last year. I hope they don't try that shit this year.
Well, it kind of seemed like they did do it this year with all
Well,
those
he still
catches. That,
he still used his tight end too, and we had running looking good. So I can't really. Last year it was like mostly the quarterback and his one target.
hmm All right. Do you trust Dan Campbell?
Do I trust Dan Campbell?
Yes.
No, no. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, first of all, pause. First of all, the first question I want to ask you is, what did you think about Hard Knocks? Because he looked pretty good on Hard Knocks.
Well, far as Hard Knocks, I look at it. Remember, HBO is entertainment,
hmm
so they focused on a lot of different players for various reasons. And you notice that there were certain players they really didn't speak too much on. They really didn't show a lot of. They didn't show a lot of Swift, who's from y'all city. So they didn't
Yeah.
a lot of different. They didn't focus on a lot of the top receivers. They
D-
focused on a lot of their draft picks and basically their second and third round draft picks. They didn't focus on a lot of the stars or those that could be potential stars in this league.
mhm.
And do I trust Dan Campbell? No, because his play calling was evident, as you saw in this game. And then you go back last year, they've made a lot of bad calls. Now, my opinion, yeah, because the issue.
All right, Phil. The Eagles is playing the Commanders. I was just about to say the Redskins. The Commanders next week. Is it here or there? Let me check. Okay, there another away game. They're going to Washington to play the Commanders. What are your thoughts on that game?
Uh, Washington, they still don't got no run game, so that's one dimension we shouldn't have to worry about. It's Carson Wentz. So if you put pressure on him, you might be all right because he still what he do 3 touchdowns today and 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
He'll turn that ball over if you put pressure on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't know how to slide, so you fucking crack him while he on the run, he'll fucking fold like a fucking beach chair.
So you said there's
Their
no.
defense, their
Oh,
defense
good.
is their strong suit.
Mm-hmm.
So if our offense come in and they ready to put some points, because we move pretty good on today up and down the field. You know what I mean? If we can do that again and our defense can tighten they shit up, then we should be all right.
Okay, so you're saying there's no problem. He had 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 21 for 41. He throwing the football too much, but like you said, they don't have a running game.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike, if you could hear me, the Lions are going against the Vikings. Viking away game against the Minnesota Vikings. What are your thoughts on that game?
He left already.
Oh shit! All right then. Well, thank you, Mike Hill, for joining us. I know you had problems on your phone connection. I'll still send you the link. Philip, do you want to add anything? Oh yeah, by the way, there's a pink elephant in the room, by the way, and you funny too. You funny about that too because it's something you ain't even talk about. You ain't talk about how I'm destroying you in this fantasy football game that we going against each other. The current score now.
I haven't been paying attention.
Don't even try it. Don't try it. Yes, you do.
I've been looking at
174 to 133. I got 10 players left. You got 9, but I'm a favorite by 91%.
okay, so last year when we played fantasy football, I didn't bring it up, but you was trash last year.
And
When
what?
we
And that was
when
in your league.
what I'm saying, right, in my league. But what I'm saying is during the podcast, when we did our Sunday podcast, we never talked fantasy. So now you got a lead and you trash me, you want to bring it up. You funny.
Yes.
You're funny. So that's
Yes.
the elephant in the room. How when things going good, you throw it in somebody's face, but when you trash, you don't mention it to nobody.
Yes. And my
No,
quarterback,
I've been looking at
AJ
I've been
Start.
looking at And I told you I've been looking at my pick'ems because that's money every week, and I've been looking at that big league that's $3,000. And I told you about those all day. I ain't mentioned our league or Dan in them league because I ain't
Oh,
really
you
been paying
checked it.
close to that.
You ain't check it today.
I didn't say I didn't check it. I haven't been paying close attention to it. Is what I
Mhm.
said.
Well, all right, then name me your player. I'll tell you with the don't start all series don't start Devontae no more.
I
Unless you
didn't.
set him as a
Hold
flex
on.
player.
I didn't want him to start, but what's the name called out? The fucking tight end. So then I had to move the other tight end over, and then I had to throw somebody in the mix. I won't be starting Cam Akers no more either in one of them teams that I got him on.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, don't start Devontae. You might have to. Do you got any
I don't
extra
need
slots?
the thing is he's not one of my starters. So I don't need you to coach me to tell me not to start him. I understand that.
but they said that he was going to have 11 points.
Yeah, 11 points is not good enough for a starter though anyway.
No, but you
But
got him as a flex player. You don't have him as a starter. He's
well,
just like a flex
a
player.
flex is a starter.
Yeah, but you ain't had no choice but to put him there. That's what you just
Right. Well,
said.
that's what I'm telling you. So I didn't have no option. That's why he's starting.
And your defense too. You seem like your defense will have more than 9 points.
Who I got for defense? See, that's how you know
Philadelphia.
Philly. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I know I was playing against Philly and I got Philly. That's why I said I ain't been paying close attention to that.
Hmm.
The big league that's $3,000. I was they said I had the second best draft. And then when Mike put it in a draft system to see what all the teams who would win the championship, they said me. So I've been looking at it, and then today I went from being a second drafted team to being like going. They have like a who's green with an arrow up on the rise, and which teams is on the red, and I'm the main team on red with like a -6 because ain't nobody doing shit.
Hmm. Well, all right. Anything you want to add on more on the Eagles?
Not really. A good win. Win is a win. I can't be mad at the offense. Defense sucked ass. I wish the linebacker, the rookie linebacker, would have got some more playing time.
Yeah. I wanted to ask Mike about what he think about Aiden Hutchinson. He was pressuring. Well,
Oh
anytime
yeah,
he
he's a
got
nice
close,
young boy. He's nice.
but he started off good in the first half. The second
Mm-hmm.
half, it was like almost he got an assist. And what assist? What's his final stats? Yeah, still had that one assist.
But he was all in his face though. I was watching him.
Yeah. So, all right, you can reach us at on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at PNL Judgementals, Instagram at the_judgementals, and you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com. All right, thank you, Phil.
All right.